Welcome back to the Banner Saga, where humans are monsters, and Varl are monsters, and the Dredge are monsters, and monsters are monsters. This place sucks. There's bandits all over the place. Let's get out of this place. Rook, wait, please, Ivan begs. She said she'd be here. We need her. You can tell he's terrified of leaving, as though he'd be giving up on Juno. What do you want me to do, man? Like, I'm sure she'll catch up with us. Ivan looks out across the lake with a 1,000-mile stare. He says nothing. We've got problems, says Ivor. The whole place is flooded. We could try to walk the muddy parts, but it'll be slow going. We could try to float the caravan over the lake, but we might tip or get stuck. Or we could just go around the whole thing, but no idea how long that'll take. What do you think? Oh, it's the what do you call it? The Oregon Trail. Fuck the locals. Fuck the detour. Fording seems like it'll swallow us whole. Well, it's probably I don't know. Depends how careful you're being when fording. And knowing this game, it means I'll lose 100 people drowning. I guess we should try and float across. That usually works for me in the Oregon Trail. You spend some time rigging the wagons to float on the water, sealing them with tree sap and whatever else you have on hand. The rest of the caravan finds anything they can to float on, small boats or makeshift rafts. Some swim. With a deep breath, you set off from the bank. You do your best to float the various ragtag groups of your caravan across the muddy lake towards Boersgard. Things quickly go bad, between rafts pulling apart or people tipping into the murky water of the lake. Eventually you gather everyone up, but you've lost precious time and supplies to the bog. Good thing we bought those extra supplies, I guess. We didn't lose anyone, which is a shock. I don't know how much time we actually saved by doing that, but frankly, it could have gone a lot worse. I think that dour description was, well, inappropriately dour. Cool, I love this foreground stuff that I can't see through. It really makes for engaging scenery. A well-tended farm with plenty of livestock draws the caravan's attention. Upon your arrival, the farmer and his workers stand up defensively within plain sight, crude weapons at the ready. The crossed arms make their thoughts clear without a word. Offer some kind of trade for the livestock. No big surprise you'd be more interested in the animals than me and mine, he says and spits. The answer is no, and I'll have these men watching you, so none of my livestock just happen to follow you away. Are these not the same thing? I guess this one might be an actual fight. Fuck it. Keep your livestock, asshole. You don't have to be mean about it. I mean, I didn't want to assume that you'd want to come with us, but I figure you might want to trade since you're gonna die anyway. What's his is his, you say to the caravan. No sense fighting those trying to protect themselves. Grumbling bounces through the clansmen, but the caravan is once again moving. What do you want me to do, rob him? Fuck off. Okay. Gonna camp. Alright, he's up to 5. Sweet. Should I do that? Let's see about the items I have first. It's 3 strength. Having his strength up would be great. +3 armor per rest. 2 aggro, 1 strength. I don't know how much the aggro actually affects. 3 armor recovery is pretty strong. 1 strength itself is just decent on its own. Versus just 3 strength. This might be more suited to somebody a little bit more beefy. This also might not be bad. 2 strength resist is pretty substantial, I think. But let's just go with that. So I think with 14 health, which is like the high, might be the highest of any of the humans, that we should do this. Well, I can always restore will. I can't. Yeah. Okay, so Nid is injured for a day. Krumer is injured for a day. We have to rest anyway because the morale sucks. So that's cool. This actually works out alright. Should I keep walking? Is 15 enough supplies? I want to think so. Especially since we saved a day floating across. I'd imagine to keep the math simple, they sort of assumed that you would spend 20 supplies going around the long way around instead of crossing the lake. So it comes out as it's a net 0 change. As you're about to head off to sleep for the night, Onef pulls you aside. I haven't heard from you in a while. I have a couple concerns I wanted to speak to you about, he says. In private. You find a quiet place to talk. What's on your mind? How well do you know the people traveling with us? How many strangers are in the caravan now? We've picked up quite a few. I've been watching folks since I joined you. Your companions from Skoger, they're loyal. I mean, it seems pretty clear that they'd die to protect you. I suppose I'd do the same. What about the Varl? You don't even know half those warriors. You're telling me they have no problem following a man's orders now? After everything that happened at Einertoft? I trust Ivor to handle it. He's fearless, I'll give you that. But look at him. He's run ragged. He can't be there all the time. What happens the first time the Varl don't want to do what you tell them? If Krumer gave the word, I guarantee at least half would follow. Let's be honest. They could take this caravan by force at any time if they wanted to. Dude, are you just trying to, like, seed fear? What do you suggest? I suggest growing some balls instead of hoping it all works out, Rook. Man, what the fuck you? They're not the biggest problem, though. There's a mender with us, a mender who pulls lightning out of the sky and tells us what to do and where to go. Myself, I think we lucked out when his mentor didn't show up in Sigurholm. Ivan's just the apprentice. What in the depths is his master capable of? Think about it, Rook. What do you really know about Ivan? Man, what do I know about you? I know Ivan better than you. He saved my friend. I don't know shit about you. I heard they were found practically dead in the middle of nowhere when the dredge started showing up. Yeah, 'cause the dredge had overrun the place. Then an enormous serpent shows up at Einertoft after tearing the world in half, takes one look at Ivan and bolts. Yeah, so all the more reason to maybe trust him? I don't know. Either it's scared of him or it respects him. Either way, I don't feel like he's evil, and I think I'd rather be on the side of that guy. Suddenly they need our help instead of the Mender Council? How does that make any damn sense? You might You might be distorting what happened. Or Ivan might be. I'm grateful for what you've done to get us this far, Rook. But it's always been about trust. I think it's time to part ways, so to speak, nothing personal. Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onuf is holding a knife buried deep in your ribs. Well, I fucking called it! Wow, I don't even get an opportunity to... Fuck. What? Why, dude? Why would you even have the discussion? If you wanted to stab me... Your vision blurs and blood fills your sight. You gasp again. There's a bird whistle, and the camp becomes a blur of motion. Onif's fighters... Oh. Onif's fighters from Frostvalar leap into action, cutting people down. Onif's fighters. Were they in the party? Wait, wasn't Onif alone? Oh no. I hope I was right about Ekil, that maybe he'll take care of these guys. As Oddleaf turns to fire on the men, Onif runs her through and pulls the blade from her back without even breaking his stride. She drops like a sack of flour. Fuck you, man. Fuck this game. Fuck this game for just killing people. Like, listen, I respect the hell out of a game that's willing to kill its characters. But this is just... This is basically without precedent. Right? Like... Yeah, I had some suspicions. But, like, it's like, hey, he stabs you, then he kills one of your other heroes. So now you're down 3 people. Who else are we gonna lose here? Onif heads straight for Olette, who freezes in unbridled terror. You rise to your feet through the pain. Oddleaf is dead. Somehow you find the strength to cleave the nearest traitor in 2, but you can't find the breath to shout. You think your lung might be punctured. Onif clutches Olette's wrist amidst the commotion, tosses her bow aside, and pulls her in the deep woods. Her eyes meet yours across the campsite. No, her lips say, though you can't hear the words. A dozen men appear between you as Ivor steps into view, as fearsome as you've ever seen him. Wow, okay. I just need a minute. You know, game, you had lulled me into not hating you for, well, a couple of episodes now. And now I'm pissed off again. Time to bring the pain. All right. Let's make sure everyone is equipped as well as possible. Good there. Good there. Makes me wish I had leveled up Ekil a bit more, but... I forgot that there's a crit system at all. Will per rest and armor per rest? Let's see. Let's do +1 break. I think that's... Or I could give him the +1 strength, which Nid has right now, but she's wounded anyway, isn't she? She's not on the team. Actually, I don't have ranged characters. Fuck, they killed all my ranged characters except for Nid. I mean, I've got Ivan, so that helps. And Nid's not even that powerful as a ranged... Fuck me! What a miserable fucking situation. You know what? I actually prefer you to have the dodge. Because... you've got less health to eat hits with. So... wait a minute. Not that. +1 break. Yeah. Make him the big breaker. Wait, no. That's not the right button. How do I get this thing to disappear? I can't see the interface, game. Fuck's sake. Okay, so that'll bring him up to 5 break. Which actually means I want him higher up in the order. In fact, I might even put him... yeah, let's put him first. 3 break, 3 break, 2 break, and 2 break. And you just ignore armor for the most part. Fuck me. If they kill Alette, I will lose my shit. And of course they pin me. What? Why would this be... if I'm chasing them into the forest, why would this happen? Well, I disagree with that. Okay. Consolidate the party. Make them come to me. Actually, let's put him on the edge. We're gonna put him over here, but hopefully that's close enough that he might get a hit on them. All right. Bunch of bastards. Let's see the order. Oh, interesting. I put him over there. Let's see. He's gonna get hit. What is the range on? But it's only on diagonals anyway. Maybe I'll just go... Well, no, then he's still in threat range. But, well, at least that way I can get the... If I go here, I'll also get the bonuses from the shield passive, right? No. Let's see, where is this guy in the order? Ah, this interface. Let me click on the damn thing. He is way out in the order, so I'll take the kill. Can mend armor, but not health. He's way out in the order now. Maybe it's not worth the... Maybe I should wait for them to move into a better position. If I move over here... Yeah, I'm not getting hit, I don't think. I wish I'd moved up a little bit more, but that's okay. Should I spend... I wish I could see the rest of the turn order to know if he comes before or after him, because skipping feels bad. Oh, man, I'm just upset about this whole thing. Fortunately, I will have my revenge. Well, let's just kill you. Screw you. How about that? It's kind of nutty that there's no, like, defensive ability rather than, like, rest. You can't, like, guard. It's just so weird. Yeah, feels like I should break this guy so that he can be killed in the next turn. And this guy is next. On the other hand... Hold on. This guy's next, so if I don't take him out... It's gonna be a problem. Maybe I shouldn't have killed him though, because that pushes people up. Oh well, too late now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the... So if I can get to there, I should be able to hit her. Oh, but I'll hit him as well. Well, you know what? I can just do a regular attack. But I also don't want to get in the way. If I hit this guy with my ability, what happens? Doesn't look like it hits anyone else. The alternative is to add some armor, but I don't know that anyone's too broken at the moment. You know what? Might as well... Oh, come on. Use the damn thing. Just do it. You know, they talk about how, like, everybody's afraid of me, but there's no indication that that everybody's afraid of Ivan, but there's no indication that that's the case at all. Right? Like, in-world, like, if I saw some guy pull... Well, I guess they've been in the party, so they're a little bit more used to it, but even so... If they want me to believe that they're actually afraid of a guy pulling lightning out of the sky, then maybe the guy pulling lightning out of the sky should have a fear effect whenever he uses it. Or something. I don't know. No, I don't want to do that. Well, at least weakening him is a good move. I don't love putting him in danger, but also he's beefy. He can handle it. And somebody has to die for this. Oh no, you scratched me. Okay. I was just trying to figure out the order and who was getting pushed up where. She's going to get an attack anyway, and he's going to kill him. Oh, he is not as... Huh, okay. Well. You know what? No sense in breaking his armor. I'll just come and get him with, God, he's strong. Get him with Hogan in a minute. You know, I should have thought about this guy. Fuck. It's okay. See, I can't tell what constitutes diagonal when you've got different sized characters, right? And because there's no undo, if I move up there and I'm wrong, then... and I seem kind of silly. But, well, if I hit her, then I'm gonna hit him. Shit. Is that damage I'm willing to take? Yeah, I think so. Since there's no wounding system. Sorry, Ivor. It's gonna hurt. I don't want to kill her, because then... well, yeah, it's fine. He's got 10. He's not going through anyone's armor. He'll be dead. We'll be fine. Worth a shot. Screw you. Where is Alette? Shouts Ivor, tearing through the nearest bandit, but you're already hobbling into the deep woods, where they disappeared, ignoring the battle raging behind you. In a haze of pain, you start to think you've lost their tracks, then you hear Alette screaming in the distance, followed by silence. You tear through the trees. In a small clearing, Alette lies with her back against a tree. Her hands and her clothes are covered in blood. She stares vacantly ahead, unblinking. Beside her is the body of Onif, an arrow buried in his right eye, as if placed there by hand. She looks in your direction and then at Onif. I killed him, she says. Alette, are you alright? You cringe as much from the pain as the appearance of Alette after her bloody struggle with Onif. No, I'm not hurt. But I had no choice. Dad, your chest. You're bleeding. Well, I don't see any blood. I think it's fine. Couldn't be bothered to put a decal on there, so I must be fine. Suddenly, she is at your side, putting pressure on the wound. I can fix this. Where is my needle? Oddleaf, anyone. Ivor, I found them. Just as your sight goes black, you see Ivor and Alette standing over you. He's going to make it? Your eyes open to the sound of Alette's voice. Normally a wound like that, I only hope I did enough. I'll survive. Dad. Alette stops herself from hugging your bandaged chest, pulling your head to her instead. The words come out easier than you expected. Oddleaf? It's a good thing Ivan was here. She's going to pull through. Oh, thank you. I mean, fuck you, game, for even teasing me with it anyway. Actually, you know what? Double fuck you. Because you wrote that as though she was already dead. You said he put his sword through her and pulled it through her back. So that's like, that's very, fuck you. Double fuck you, game. Fuck you for that. It's a good thing Ivan was here. She's going to pull through, though it was a nasty wound. We managed to kill most of those traitorous sons of bitches, and the rest fled into the woods. There were a lot of people I couldn't save. You did everything you could, Ivan. Nobody expects you to raise the dead. Ivan frowns deeply, putting a hand to his forehead. Why did Onef do this, Rook? He was talking to you right before it happened. I mean, of the many questions, my main one is, it doesn't, or well, it's not even a question, it's a statement. His plan doesn't make any sense. He's going to travel with us forever until he gains our trust, and then he's going to attack us and the entire party, who he knows he cannot win against. So what's his plan? At the very best, he'll kill me just to be a dick. He'll steal supplies, kill a couple of people, and escape with probably not all of their lives. That's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is we murder all of them and they get nothing. So is he just a psycho? Even that, like, sociopaths and psychopaths still have a grasp on reality, even if they're delusional or don't understand human, like, how normal human relationships and things like that work. Like, you don't just go, it's not, that's, well, maybe he's just totally, like, generically fantasy mad. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just unnecessarily cruel. As I've said before, this game just wants to be mean all the time and wants to punish you for trying to play it. Why do people like this? He had been planning it all along. I think that much is clear. Ekil killed a good half-dozen of Onef's men by himself. He told me Onef was running Frostvalar the whole time. It's sort of what I suspected, but it would have been better to know it sooner. He left Frostvalar behind when he saw a better opportunity. Guess that relationship is over. What? What? I don't know what that last phrase means. Ekil was always just the barking dog you put in the yard to find out who your enemies are. It was no accident Onef went after those of us from Skoger. Why? He must have thought with us gone he'd take the ban- Oh. I mean, that's totally delusional. Like, absolutely fucking delusional, but it makes some semblance of crazy sense. He must have thought with us gone he'd take the banner and the rest would fall in line. Or at worst, they'd take all the supplies for themselves and leave the rest as dredge bait. We have to be more careful. We can't just let anyone join the caravan anymore. Isn't the game almost over? Isn't this the final chapter? Well, I thought there were only 6 chapters in the game, but maybe I'm way off. Where do you draw the line, Ivor? I don't know, Rook. I really don't. None of this changes the fact that Bellower is out there somewhere, following us. The swamp around Sigerholm might buy us some time, but we've got to keep moving. Your body aches all over, but Ivor is right. The road calls. The caravan is already starting to pack up camp. Well, I'm glad that we only lost the traitor. That we didn't lose 3 people. Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember some of what I said, but we'll all have the benefit of going back and seeing what I was saying about Ekil 10 episodes ago, because I distinctly remember saying, man, this game really wants me to kill Ekil. And I'm pissed about this whole situation for a lot of reasons. Both within the game and in the meta game. But just the audacity to write such shitty like hand forcing where it wants you to be wrong. Like just that's like the final nail in the coffin of this game doesn't want you to have a good time. It wants you to have a bad time. And I just don't get it. There's times when games can make you suffer and it is meaningful and it deepens your immersion in the world and it makes you care more about what you have left and what you've done before and what you will do next. But this is just it's just willful suffering for no reason beyond having a plot point. It's the equivalent of, the random unrelated scene in a B movie, like a romance in an action movie, right? It's the nothing that they try and tell you, oh, this movie has heart. No, it's a fucking action movie, man. Just leave it out. It's the same kind of thing, except for it's so much more egregious in the context of all the other things they didn't do right in the first place. All the time that could have been spent building something better, and they spent it on just making you suffer more. I need some deep breaths. I need a drink. I'll be back next time with a drink. I'll see you guys then.